Yo, what's up boys, and welcome back to another free pick video where I'm going to be giving you guys my 4 best NBA locks today. Before we hop into it, just to recap a little bit of yesterday, we ended up getting cooked yesterday, so of course every time we hop on our winning streak we have to get knocked off somehow. Yesterday we had like 3 hooks in VIP, and I think on the free pick video we went 1 for 3, but today we should have a big bounce back day. It is a little bit of a later upload, so I had to actually put in time to make sure I could get deep research for these props. So before we hop into the first couple of props, I do owe one of you guys a free 2 weeks of VIP. So remember, I said get this video to 40 likes. Make sure you guys are sub, drop a comment so you're entered, and I'll be picking a winner to get your free 2 weeks. So the winner for that video looks like it's gonna be, I'm not even gonna try to butcher your name, but Production, if you're watching this right now, drop a comment down below so I can get in contact with you. I will also try to reach out. But in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys my 4 best locks. Same thing, get this video to 40 likes, guys. Make sure you're sub, drop a comment down below. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers and we are growing pretty fast. So help out with that so we can keep supporting. And I will keep supporting you guys to give you guys the best picks I can, because we have had massive winning streaks. Yesterday was unfortunate, but of course, guys, we're going to be knocked off streaks sometime. We can't win them all. So today, I feel like we have a winning day, especially with these locks. So the first thing I'm looking at is going to be Jrue Holiday, and I'm taking him over his 3-pointers. So it's set at 1.5 3-points made so far. If we look at it, he has a pretty decent matchup with the Raptors being ranked 23rd when it comes to their 3-point attempts, but when it actually comes to the point guard position in general, they're ranked 26, so that gives us even better odds. And if we actually go and look at his head-to-head, he went way over this line back in December. It was actually wasn't too long ago. I said back in December like it was a while, but about 2 weeks ago he went over this line getting 4 3-pointers, and he had around 5 3-point attempts that game. We can also go to last season as well and see he always dominates every time he faces Toronto, going over all 3 of his last games and last season as well, getting 4 3 and 2. As you can see, his 3-point attempts was 6 5 and 4. So on those games, that looks pretty solid. Another thing we can look at is his 3-point percentage in those games as well. So you can see right here he shot 80%, and then in these 3 he shot 67%, 60%, and 50% for here. So every time he plays them, he gets a pretty good, decent shooting percentage. But looking at his last couple of games, you can see he got 33% on his last game, only taking 3 3-point attempts. We can look at this one. It was a blowout game, of course. They lost by 38, but he still shot for 50%. So if he takes 5 shots tonight, shooting for around 47%, somewhere around there, he still cashed this line pretty easily. You can see these last couple of games he hasn't taken a lot of 3-point attempts, but even if he gets around, what is this, 4, I'm saying he's averaging around 4 3-point attempts, right? Let's say tonight he takes, let's put this around 4 3-point attempts. You can see he's 23 out of 29 games on the over, just taking 4 3-point attempts alone. Like I said, he always has a good shooting percentage versus Toronto. So even if he only takes 4 tonight, he still cashes his line. But we know every time he has faced Toronto, he's taking a whole lot more 3-point attempts. Actually, that was on last season. So actually, let's take this back off. His last couple of games are actually right here. So he's been taking 4, 2 right here. He took 7 right here. So if he gets anywhere near that, we easily cash this line. So that's just a little bit of stats behind that one. Another thing we can look at is the similar hit rate. So we can go down here and see the last 2 players, including himself and Dylan Brooks, have covered when it comes to similar players. But if we go by position, the last 10 out of 15 guys have actually went on the over. You can scroll down and see they had a little streak right here where almost everyone was cashing. But the last couple of games have been on and off. But that's just against his position. And like I said, when it comes to his player points, he's a spot-up shooter, so he scores 32% of his points as a spot-up shooter, and they're ranked 24th versus that shooting player type. And his dominant shooting zone, you can see right here, 38% above the break 3. And when it comes to the opponent defense, they're ranked 19th, so about middle of the pack, leaning towards the worst side when it comes to 3-point attempts. So tonight he should have a pretty easy matchup, especially with his form going head-to-head. I believe this one should be an easy cash. Now we're going on to the second prop. It's actually going to be Kobe White. Now we're taking Kobe White to go over his rebounds and assists. Now these are 2 teams that we love betting every single time they play, whether it's against another team or not, but they're playing each other and they both are terrible with the rankings. We went over this yesterday with the Hawks and the Bulls being both terrible teams when it comes to rankings in general, but we can see the pace of game, they're ranked third, so they're going to be playing a fast-paced game. And we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but every time we have fast-paced games, that's more rebounds, more assists, and more point opportunities for our players in general. So we love when we're taking the over and it is a fast-paced game. That's just going to help us out get to those odds. Another thing I was looking at was his three-point attempts, but I'm really sold on his rebounds and assists for a couple of reasons. So like I said, the fast-paced game, the Hawks are ranked 28th when it comes to, I think, assists allowed. So we can look right here, his main thing he should probably go over this with is assists, because we go to head, we can see these last two games where they faced off, he went way over in the assists. Now going to rebounds and assists, you can see he also went way over, but I'm just liking his rebounds and assists a little bit more than assists alone, because you can see his last couple of games it's been kind of iffy, but his rebounds and assists has been more consistent line, going 15 out of 29 last games, and then he's been pretty close even on these misses. So with a better matchup tonight, a fast-paced game, I expect him to easily go over this line. And then like I said, his assist is really good, so we can look at his last couple of players that have faced the Hawks, and you can see they've been over their assists last 4 out of 7 guys. And you scroll down and look at these, Kobe White was of course 3 of those, and then by position we can see 9 out of 15. So assists is a really solid prop, but I'm taking rebounds and assists just because they have that slight edge with giving up rebounds as well. So throwing that in there only adds a little bit more, but gives them more opportunity to go over that as well. So those are the first 2 props that I'm loving. And before we hop into it, we do have to recap some promos that I gave you guys yesterday. So if you guys just want a free 25 bucks to play with, Dabble is actually going to give that to you guys. All you have to do is play 5 bucks. As soon as you guys deposit 5, they're going to load a free extra $25 into your account. So let's say you guys want to run the props today, but you don't want to play it with your own money. You can play it with Dabble's money. Let's say you throw all 4 of these in a slip, which I usually don't do unless I'm going to play it on a promo app like this where I get the free cash to do that. I'm running all these as straight bets, but you guys can throw these in a Dabble slip 30 to win like 5 or 6x your money. If you only 6x if you only play 3 of these, but if you run all 4, I think it's a 10x, guys. So you can turn $30 into $300 just by signing up on Dabble. I will have this code down below in the description if you guys just want free cash. But what we have been doing is take advantage of Chalkboard. Now the reason we have been using Chalkboard is, first, if you're a new user and you use the promo code or the link down below in the comment section, they're going to match your first deposit up to $100, and they're going to give you this James Harden free square. So he scores 1 point, you know, that cash, you pair that up with another easy prop, you get that free cash. What we've been doing is actually taking advantage of the no max entry plays. So tonight we have Victor Wembanyama to go over 13.5 points. Obviously we all know that's free, he's gonna cash that out, but you take and pair this up with 1 other 2 props, and then we have been doing is taking advantage of the cash out feature. So let's say we pair this with another prop, Victor cashes, and we have a second prop, let's say that cash as well. We got a third one on that looks iffy, guys. We can just cash out and take our money, or we can just run the 2-man, just take Victor cash. If the second one doesn't like it's gonna cash out, we just bounce out with a little bit of cash we made, and then that's easy money every single day, guys. This has been a huge feature for us. So if you're in one of these light green states, make sure you take advantage of that. I will have the link down below in the comment section. Now on to the next prop. We're actually going to be taking a under here. Now CJ McCollum, I'm taking the under for a few reasons. One, I thought about taking the over for Trey Murphy. Now this was originally what I was looking at. So he has been balling his last couple of games. You can see his line was actually at 21.5. So the last 3 games he had covered when I was looking at this. And then the hit rate for the player position, as you can see, similar players is 8 out of 10, but the last couple of guys have definitely been cash. And then by position was only 7 out of 15. So I thought I'd stay away from Murphy just in case tonight he doesn't ball out like the last couple of games. But what I have noticed is every time he's been balling out is McCollum has been on the under. So these last 2 games he only got, what is this, 3, he made 3 field goals here at 13 field goal attempts. But looking at this one, he also only got, he went 5 for 15. So he's had the amount of field goal attempts, right, but he's had a terrible shooting percentage. But even so, these amount of field goal attempts has not been his usual amount. So we can look at these last couple games where he went over. He's gotten 24 here, he's gotten 17 here, 18, 27. So usually he gets way more, right? So what I've noticed is when McCollum's been going off, he's not getting as many attempts as he needs to go over his line. So let's say tonight, right, let's say he gets around, what is this, let's do 16 field goal attempts. Let's say he gets 16, which is usually what, even, oh, wrong way. Let's put it at 16. So let's say he only gets around 16 tonight. He's been on the under by a lot, guys. So the last 1 out of 8 games he has went on the under. we could probably get more leverage to that. Let's say he gets around 17 or 18. 4 out of 15 games, guys, with that many field goal attempts. So with him not getting his usual amount, he's been going on the under a lot. Also, he's been shooting pretty terrible, but not even that. He also has a pretty terrible matchup. So Dallas actually ranks 3rd when it comes to his dominant shooting zone. So we can see he takes the majority of his shots at the above the break 3. As you see, a 42% right here. We go to opponent defense and see that they're ranked 3rd. We can look at similar player hit rate is 6 out of 10, so that's pretty decent. But we go by position and he goes by 7 out of 15 games. So he has pretty good odds right there. And like I said, these last couple of games with Murphy actually going off, he's been on the under. He hasn't been getting a lot of the field goal attempts. Dallas is ranked 3rd in both. Actually, another thing we can look at is his 3-point attempts. So they're ranked 3rd in his 3-point attempts. And in a lot of these games where he's went on the over, it's actually been because of his threes. So you can see the last 3 games right here where he went over, he's taken a lot of 3-point attempts and cashed out on those threes. But recently, like I said, that hasn't been possible, and Dallas is ranked 3rd in his dominant shooting zone and his dominant 3-point attempts. So I don't expect him to get anywhere over his line tonight. Maybe at most, maybe 16 to 17 points, but these last 2 games you can see he hasn't even been close to that. So with the line all the way being at 21.5, I feel like that is just way too high for tonight. The only con is Zion Williamson is a game time decision, so if he doesn't play, that could probably throw this off, giving him more field goal attempts. And without Zion, you can see he cashed the last couple games. So hopefully he does play tonight, but even if he doesn't, I'm pretty confident with him getting low field goal attempts like that and Trey Murphy going off. So let's say Zion's out, Trey Murphy still gets majority of his shot attempts, McCollum still going on the under. So I'm running with this prop. I'm probably going to wait just a little bit closer to the game just to see how everything plays out. Now, the very last one I'm loving is going to be Walker Kessler to go on the under. Actually, on the over for tonight. We only have 1 under today. So it's over 11.5 rebounds. And the reason that we're taking that is you can see the last 4 or 5 games, he's been pretty close to this line right here where he missed. But the other 4, he cashed it. But tonight, I'm really taking him because of the matchup. So if you just look at it, at the baseline, just looking at the colors and the rankings, the Hornets are ranked 18th when it comes to rebounds allowed, but their last couple of games they have actually been giving up a lot of rebounds, especially to centers. And one of the things I noticed was that Lauri is going to be out tonight, so we actually filtered games where he's out. You can see the last 5 out of 6 games he's cashed going on the over. We can also look at the similar player hit rate. We can see 6 out of 10 players have went on the over, and by position, the last 10 out of 15 guys, only missing with Mason Plumlee on this one, where I'm pretty sure he didn't play as much as he normally would in this game. And I think we even had him this day. I think we betted him he didn't play as much, but we're going to be taking Walker Kessler now. It looks like the line did just move to 11.5 or 12.5, but we have it right now at 11.5, guys. If you on your apps and you're watching this video, go check right now because it's probably going to take time for all the apps to move it. I know right now on Chalkboard it is still set at 11.5, so make sure you guys go take advantage of that because that is a prop that I'm loving. Let's make sure our stats are right. So the last thing I look at, like I said, player similar hit rate. Lauri is out 5 out of 6 games, and the Hornets have been giving up a ton of rebounds. Even with it being at 12.5 though, I'm pretty confident he should probably be able to go over that as well. So if you have it at 12.5, it's still a pretty safe play, especially with Marcus being out. Like I said, 17 rebounds these last 2 games without him, 16 here, 14 here, and he got 12 here, which if you have 11.5, of course, that's cash. And then he got extremely close to this game. So these are the 4 props that I'm loving for tonight. All of these have really solid odds. I also did a ton of research and sent out some props to VIP as well, as you saw in the beginning. That is, of course, locked. We can't really see those, but these were the plays that I just sent out. I didn't get the full recap off because, like I said, it is a late upload, guys. So make sure you get this video to 40 likes. Drop a sub down below so you guys can make sure you are entered. We'll drop a comment down below and make sure you're subbed so you're automatically entered to win your free 2 weeks of VIP. And I'll be reaching out to see if I can get you hooked up, guy. Let's get this on the road. Now I will catch you guys over in VIP.